doubt.
Hello, welcome back to the North to West Sportscast. This is our Week 6 NFL Power Rankings.
Plus some NFL predictions for the week.
Yeah, I guess we can do that as well. So we'll kick it off with number 32, which is unanimously the Jets. Nothing to talk about there.
Every single list has the Jets.
Let's do 30-second hot take. Do you think Sam Darnold would be traded?
No, but Adam Gase needs to be fired ASAP.
Oh, Le'Veon Bell got released.
Yeah,
and the Chiefs are the main contenders to sign him.
The Chiefs already did sign.
Oh, they did? They already did?
Yep.
Today?
Today.
It's official?
It's official.
Wow.
Well, Clyde Edwards-Helaire looked pretty good, but I Chiefs are paying for the majority of his salary. So.
I mean, Edwards-Helaire is good, and they're still going to use him.
No, but I don't get the point of Jets releasing them because the Jets are still paying $6 million of his contract. So it's kind of like the Jadeveon Clowney thing last year with the Seahawks. It's like the Texans are paying the majority of the contract, so I don't know why he'd release it. But Adam Gase needs to be fired. Le'Veon Bell, I don't know. He's kind of not been great the last
Adam Gase's excuse when they lost a still good running back was, we just didn't fit, and it's over now, so got to move on.
Same thing with Jamal Adams, he let go of 2. I mean, granted, that was 2 first-round picks.
Well, that wasn't Adam Gase who did
And the
that.
thing is,
I'm sure he was part of
that.
that.
The thing is, the Jets weren't utilizing
Le'Veon
Le'Veon Bell.
Jets in
Okay,
general.
like, Le'Veon Bell's a good running.
Well, no, they were trying to.
Not
Le'Veon Bell
really.
is no longer very good.
The last game, he had 8 rushes for 50 yards.
Yeah, guys, I think we should move on to 31.
8 rushes?
Yeah, it's not
Jets
great.
are apparently a hot take now.
All right, 31, we have the Giants. Again, unanimous, 0-5. They're bad, but they still kind of have a chance. I don't know. I think they're eliminated.
When we talk about unanimous, that's like we each picked a spot, and then these are our averages. So we each picked this one the same. Yeah, they're not good.
No.
Although they were
do
close.
Do you think there's any chance the Giants can make the playoffs this year?
No. And they were close to beating the top 10 Cowboys according to Levi.
If they did beat the Cowboys,
top 10.
If they did, just wait. Sorry. If they had beat the Cowboys, would they have a chance at the playoffs?
What? No.
Even if the Giants beat the Cowboys, they would have been.
The Cowboys aren't good.
They would have been, but they would have been third in the division, so they could have had a chance.
They would have tied for third in the division.
They would have been tied for second.
Yeah, but they have to win that division to get to the playoffs. They're not getting a wild card.
No.
If they had beat the Cowboys, do they have a chance of winning?
No.
They technically have a chance, but I don't think they do. Okay, 30.
All right, 30. Washington football team. Kyle Allen is back as their starter now.
Dwayne Haskins gets from first string to third string. Has that ever happened? That's
He was also
weird.
out last game.
I'm
He
sure
was
it
out
has.
last game though too.
Yeah, he had like an illness apparently.
Yeah, but even when he's back, he might not still. He'll
He
probably
won't.
go back.
He is. He's practicing, but not as a starter. Kyle Allen is going to be the starter. Alex Smith may or may not. No, this was not unanimous.
I know. I was watching Alex Smith on just Red Zone, watching all the games. I was watching Alex Smith, and I was so scared every time I saw that guy got hit.
Yeah,
I was
Aaron
like
Donald got to him.
I was just praying for my life that he would survive, and he did. He didn't have a great showing, but it was just so cool to see someone who hasn't stepped foot on the field for 2 years, come back after almost losing his leg. I mean, that's crazy.
All right, 29, we got the Jaguars. The only good thing about their team is Gardner Minshew. The rest of their team is purely terrible.
Their young running back was looking okay.
They
I
pulled
can't
off
remember his name. But
They pulled off a trade with the Titans. They swapped 6th for a 7th rounder, and they got a linebacker. Who knows if this is going to help
The
them.
Jaguars got a linebacker?
From the Titans, yeah.
Huh, usually, teams like the Jaguars want to get rid of players right now. I mean,
Yeah.
they get more draft picks.
I don't know. It's interesting what the Jaguars have.
Minshew's a good quarterback. I'm not sure if he's their future or not, but
he won't be because they're going to have such a high pick this year that I think they're going to have.
They could get Trevor Lawrence.
Someone even better. But I think Minshew is definitely. He's been a surprise.
I've never been a big Minshew guy, but I honestly think he's not their problem. I think it's
he isn't.
I think it's their defense. I think it's everything but Minshew.
If they would have just kept their defense and offense from 3 years ago.
Well, the problem is they did keep their defense, and their defense started to do bad
because they got old.
So then they got rid of everyone.
A lot of them got old, and some of them retired.
Let's move on.
They lost.
All right, 28 Falcons, 0-5. They could probably be lower there's probably an argument to put them even lower than 28.
So far, this is just my top. This is my 4.
Yeah,
so.
they have. Seth's actually pretty much nailed it.
Yeah, this is my 4.
No, it's not. You had the Jags ahead of the Falcons.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Shoot.
What was me?
This is actually my 4 though. This is my 5. Yeah, this is the same.
Falcons are not good, and they fired Dan Quinn, which was a good move. I think the Seahawks should hire him
And no,
Dan
no,
Quinn.
they should not.
No.
as
what?
a defensive
No,
coordinator.
the Falcons
Fire-
have a terrible defense.
fire Ken
The Falcons
Norton.
defense is ruined.
He really does not like Ken Norton for some reason.
I do not
It's
think
because
Ken Norton.
some Instagram guy that he follows.
Yeah,
says
because
we
he's
should fire
right.
him.
Actually, I've realized he's right. And
Well,
Dan Quinn was
Dan
really.
Quinn isn't the answer.
But Dan
Yeah.
Quinn was good. He was Legion of Boom
He
defensive
was
coordinator.
good when he had really good defenders.
Yeah.
But he goes to Atlanta, and you see him with mediocre defenders
Okay,
in Atlanta.
fine.
They
I'm
were
not saying
terrible.
he should. I wouldn't be mad.
I'll be surprised if Dan Quinn gets a head coaching job with the
He
NFL.
never will. I
No,
doubt it.
I don't think he's in the
He's
head
blown
coach
too
either.
many leads. He's
I
blown
think
too
he
many
might go
leads.
to assistant in college.
So the rumors are that.
No. I think he's going to be a D coordinator somewhere.
So the rumor is that Matt Ryan could be getting shopped around to the rest of the league. Maybe the 49ers have showed some interest in him. Do you think that he's going to get moved, or do you think the Falcons stick with him?
I think they should move him.
I think they
Keep
should
tanking. They should move him and keep tanking.
Then
And they can
Trevor
have
Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence,
Yeah.
young Calvin Ridley. Gurley's still relatively youngish.
Julio's getting old.
Julio's getting old. He can be the veteran for Ridley and Gage.
He can be like a
Yeah.
Larry guy.
The
I think
Falcons'
that,
backup
yeah,
is Matt Schaub, so if they do trade Ryan, they're probably winning maybe 2, maybe 3
that's what they
games.
want.
Yeah.
They want that. I think
We'll
that's a good
yeah.
success for the Falcons.
We'll
this
talk
year.
about the 49ers later, but I cannot believe how much that fan base has just
Jimmy G
turned
sucks.
on Garoppolo.
Jimmy G
Oh my
sucks.
god, no faith.
Jimmy G
but
sucks.
let's
All right,
move on.
coming in at
Jimmy G
27, we
sucks.
got the Bengals.
Wow.
This is one that none of us actually put them at 27. We were kind of scattered on them.
I had
Ended up
25.
at 26 for
I
Seth,
had 26.
26 for Drew, and 24 for me, but it all averaged out to 27 when you
It obviously
compare
doesn't
them to the
average
rest of the
out,
team.
but yeah,
Just
we'll
like
compare them.
Compared to ever.
Joe Burrow's really good though.
Yeah.
They should be good in a couple years.
Although I will say Burrow looked absolutely horrendous. Of course, he was playing against the Ravens, who have one of the top defenses in the league. But
2
that
fumbles
game,
and a pick.
they could
or
do
one
nothing.
fumble.
I think 27 to
3
3 was
points,
the score,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So
Lamar didn't even have a good game.
yeah, I know Lamar has really been
He
average.
had a very
this year.
average game. And they
So is
just
Burrow.
blew
So
him out.
really, you look at the AFC North.
Best
looks
quarterback
like
is Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger's playing
This
really
year.
well.
This
but
year. Not like
Lamar, Burrow, and Baker, they're
Who
all
is-
playing really
I
average.
mean, we'll talk about the Steelers later too, but
The
I don't
difference
know.
the big difference in that division. Yeah, my iPad just died. I'll have to remember them. The big difference in that division right now is the defenses, and that's why. I mean, the Bengals' defense is so bad.
Okay, bye. Well,
All right, at 26, I believe it was the Chargers. I may have been wrong.
Chargers
Here,
at 27.
Why don't you guys talk? I'll pull it up on yours. I'll pull it up
Wow.
on yours.
their email, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just talk about a hot take, shall we?
Okay.
So, do you think Jimmy G will be a starter come week 12? Around then, end of season.
I hope not. He's not good.
For me,
I
I
don't
think
know. I like
talent-
Jimmy G more than you guys.
Talent-based, Jimmy G is probably maybe like somewhere in the top 20, but like bottom
Jimmy
top
G is
20
the
for quarterbacks.
definition of an average quarterback.
So then, if he's average, shouldn't he still be a starter?
but if you want to be a Super Bowl contender, you cannot have an average quarterback.
But who
I'm sorry.
are they going to
Well, they
replace?
almost
him?
Matt Ryan is better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah, okay, right
A-
now, but
A-
Matt Ryan's older than Jimmy
A,
G.
he's done more in his career.
But Matt Ryan
B,
can-
he's a better passer
Yeah.
just in general. I know the records don't match up this year, but Matt Ryan is working with very little.
Matt
Matt,
Ryan-
Matt Ryan's better. He was a former MVP. I think
Matt
people
Ryan can
forget that.
utilize Kittle very well, I feel like, too. And if Matt Ryan goes in there, they could change their offensive scheme from short pass run to take some shots. Garoppolo's not
But their
that.
other problem is they really haven't been able to do as much running as they'd like to this
Yeah,
year. They've
that's
had too
true.
many injuries.
Most
with their
respect,
running.
though, they had a bad running game. The Dolphins knocked them down.
I'll bring up another point. Do you think the Seahawks are a Super Bowl team this year?
Yes.
Super Bowl or bust, or do you think they're just a Super Bowl team in general?
Not Super Bowl bust. They're a Super Bowl team.
I think they're a Super Bowl team too. I don't think they're Super Bowl bust just because I don't think anybody expects them to be
Yeah,
great.
if we don't
with
make the
this
Super Bowl,
defense.
I'm not gonna. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna be mad because I'm a Seahawks fan.
To
but I'm not
me,
gonna be like disappointed.
there's really one team I think that's Super Bowl or bust the way that I
and
see
it's
it.
the Chiefs, in my opinion.
The Chiefs is a bust if they don't make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they
Yes.
are.
Really, they have no more chances after this year to make. the
No,
Super
no,
Bowl.
that's
Oh,
not what
that's
it
not
means.
Super Bowl bust
No, it's like
means.
Yeah, it
this
is.
season's a waste.
When
of
you
the
think
Yeah,
about
it means
Super
no.
Bowl,
That's not what it
You think
means.
it's a waste?
It
if they
means
don't-
this season, if you don't make the Super Bowl, then it was a bad season for your team. Like terrible. Like the Chiefs. Everyone expects to make the Super Bowl. So if they don't make the Super Bowl, then it's a busted season for them.
Okay, to me, Super Bowl or
That's
bust.
not what the definition
that,
means.
It kind of
No,
is.
it's not, Levi.
It really, it
Nope,
kind of is.
it's not.
Really, it's not. I'm gonna look. All right, everybody. Sorry for those technical difficulties. We had a dead iPad. We're getting back to you now with our pick for number 26. It's the Detroit Lions
Lions.
at 1-3. It seems like we're kind of we're still kind of cutting the Lions some slack. You got Drew puts them all the way at 24.
I mean,
Seth at 25. Levi at 26.
I think the Lions are the most like under the radar team.
They're always.
I hear
under the
no one
radar.
talk about them ever.
That's 'cause
They're
they
never
won
on any hot
3.
takes.
That's because
But they never talked
so
about being like a
bad.
How many
terrible
wins do they
team.
One.
They never talked about tanking. They're never they're always just an
Well,
average
I think
team that
I
no
think
one cares
this year
about.
they
They're below
they
average.
weren't intending to tank, but I think their team is that bad that.
But no one even talks about them ever.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
fired their coach.
So-
Yeah.
Nobody really
Nope.
cares about the Lions unless it's Thanksgiving.
Patricia's still there. All right, let's go on.
25, Denver Broncos.
Broncos are bad.
They're getting their quarterback back, and I kind of feel bad for him. I think they got that game against the Patriots got robbed from them. They could have won. The Patriots hadn't practiced at all, but yet they were going to play until their star cornerback gets injured, and somehow they're able to get the game postponed.
Yeah.
Listen,
Other
listen.
teams who had multiple COVID tests did not
The
get
Broncos
their
have a
games
very
postponed.
bright future. I'm saying that.
No, I just think
I
no,
would
dude, you had them
With
as a
Locke
borderline
and
playoff-
Noah
wait,
Fant,
wait,
Jerry
listen,
Jeudy.
No,
you
I
had them
think
as a borderline
Lindsay-
playoff team at the
I
beginning of the
do.
year,
I
right?
think they're a borderline playoff team, but I don't think they're going anywhere past that in the future.
All right, look at their team.
I just think they're.
Look at their team.
I
What are
think-
you talking
They're-
about?
Wait, guys,
their
just
team
guys,
is pretty
guys,
Jerry
let me talk.
Jeudy, Noah Fant, both in their
Let me
20,
talk. Let me
20
talk.
under
let me talk.
21.
Guys, just wait.
Young players. Philip Lindsay's 23.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon's only
Their
26.
entire success is going to depend on whether
Bradley
or not Drew
Chubb.
Lock is the answer.
Bradley Chubb.
Their success
22.
Guys,
I
the
understand they have some
If
good
Drew Lock
defense.
is bad, they could just
If Drew,
sign
well,
someone in free
but if
agency.
Drew Lock is bad, they're not going to ascend to the Super Bowl anytime soon.
That's what I'm saying. If
Because
Drew
they're
Lock
gonna have
is
to start
bad,
with
they
another
can
new quarterback.
find someone in free agency.
The
to
Broncos are a
The
def.
history of the
Because once
Broncos.
Von Miller retires, they'll have so much money.
To me, the history.
He's taking up all their
Sure,
cap.
I agree. I would agree with that. But to me, the history of the
And he's
Broncos
not even that good anymore, and he's
is
injured all
signing
year.
quarterbacks or trying out young quarterbacks and failing with
The
it.
Broncos are a definition of like how,
Except for the fact
how
that
a couple injuries can really shape your entire
See,
season.
you're just thinking of the last 3 year
I'm
Broncos.
thinking of
Because-
the last 5 year Broncos.
because
No,
Drew
before
Lock-
that,
Yeah,
it was
oh my
Peyton
God.
Manning
yeah,
for like
and
10
the
years.
No, it was they had Peyton Manning for 3 years. Yes, they did. 3 seasons
That's
of
it?
yes.
Well, okay, he's in the
They
close
had
for a long
3
time,
seasons
I
for
guess.
Peyton Manning, and then the past 5 years, it's been 9 different quarterbacks. They tried with
Okay.
Flacco,
yeah,
and he
he
failed. They
lost
tried
in the
with
Super Bowl.
Case
That's his
Keenum.
first year. Then
Yeah.
He
second year,
won.
Second
Two-
year,
it was
they
third-
went
no,
12 and
third
4,
year
and his
he
third year, he
he
missed
rode
half
off
the
into the
season.
sunset.
His
But he
third-
won the Super Bowl.
Didn't
Yeah, yeah.
Brock Osweiler play most of
It was
that
in his.
season?
Brock Osweiler played, I think, half their games.
No,
and
he
then-
played the playoffs, and then he
Yeah,
came in the Super
Manning
Bowl.
didn't come back until the
The Super
AFC
Bowl.
Championship game, right?
I thought it was a Super
Maybe
Bowl.
it was Super Bowl. Yeah, he missed the second half of that season, and Osweiler was the one who got them there. And then Osweiler, of course, then went on to become the most overpaid bad quarterback in the league. Coming in at number 24, speaking of Brock Osweiler, his former team, the Houston Texans.
Texans are way worse than we thought.
Yep, I would agree with that.
I mean, based
I
off
wasn't
what they
sure
were
if they would
last
make the
year.
playoffs
Based off
this
what they were
year,
last
but
year.
they've
Texans
been
just
even
are the
terrible.
biggest disappointment this season.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought they're going to be a big playoff team. Not a Super Bowl contender, but maybe a second or third round
The
playoff.
problem with the Texans is they have the star power right now, but they
Because
don't.
last
have
year,
anybody
remember, they were
supporting cast.
a quarter away from beating the Chiefs, but they
Yeah.
totally blew the 24
Okay, let's move on.
All right, 23, the Chargers.
Kinda
Yeah,
high, but I guess.
they were basically. They
I love
tied
the
on their
Chargers.
average with the
Actually,
Texans.
that's not that high. I had them higher. Never mind.
They tied on their average with the Texans, but the Chargers get the tiebreaker because they were rated highest than the Texans. The Texans didn't get any higher than 22, and the Chargers got ranked at 21 by both. Second
Herbert
and
is
Root.
good. Herbert's their future.
I'll explain in like 10 seconds why the Chargers are really good. Because the Chargers almost beat the Saints, who are a really good football team, do we agree? And the Chiefs, who are one of the best football teams in the league. They took them to
And the Bucks.
OT.
Don't forget the Bucks.
And the Bucks.
Herbert is 1-4 with 4 losses from less than 7 points.
Yeah, the Chargers have had one
Which
bad game.
might show you that he can't close out games.
But no, his kicker just shanked it.
Or maybe because his
He
kicker
also
missed
did
an-
that against the Chiefs.
if-
he
if
did
not-
know that.
If not for missing the
They had an 8-point
PAT,
lead.
if not for missing the PAT, the Chargers wouldn't have even had to kick the game
Yeah.
in field goal.
Which proves my point even more. So why do they have him so low?
Because they're 1-4.
Okay.
So you just like you always say, it's not all about the record. But obviously for you, the Chargers is about the record.
For the Chargers, for me, yeah. It's
Okay, so
about-
you're
I
all
have
over
them
the
as
place. You
I
make
have
no
them as
sense.
one of my highest 1-4 teams, though. So
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so the Chargers, I think, are. I would not be surprised if the Chargers, like, next year make the playoffs and get a run. I mean, Justin Herbert
yeah, they
is
could easily
really
turn
good.
it around.
Justin Herbert's really good.
All right,
I mean,
next at-
Levi's rocking the hair.